It's Monday morning on week 2 of my road trip, and here we are in very sunny Vastervik, early in the morning. Everyone's heading to work because it's the end of the Swedish holidays. Their summer holidays are a little different to ours. Ours run from the middle of July through till the end of August for the schools. Their school holidays finish the middle of August. So they have their holidays from June through to the middle of August, or July till the middle of August, and that way they catch more of the Swedish summer. This is now regarded as their autumn, which means that for visitors to the town, the accommodation is slightly cheaper, but also it means that with most of the tourists leaving town, some of the tourist attractions might be winding down a little bit, so you take your chances, take your choice. But this is the focal point, the harbour, and today I'm going to try and show you some of the focal points, some of the sites of Vastervik, so that someone wanting to visit again would get an idea where to go and what to look at. So without further ado, I'll take you around and see what we can find. Now, this part of the square has been pedestrianised, so the cars are limited to about 10 miles an hour. Again, I'm here before all the shops have opened, all the restaurants. This would normally be buzzing in an evening. And up this street here, if I can get across the road safely. Sorry about the wobbling. More restaurants, but also department stores, all the stuff you'd find in a city centre. Now, interesting, the garbage trucks you can see going around and the rubbish collectors are actually run by the energy company, because as I mentioned on another piece, they use all the paper waste and a lot of other rubbish to burn to create electricity and heat, which is pumped in pipes through the town, so they actually get your hot water pumped into the town rather than having an individual boiler, which is really neat. It's just so beautiful here. This area wasn't pedestrianised last time I was here, but we are talking nearly 20 years. But look at it, absolutely fantastic. Everything you could possibly want as a tourist in town. Now look at these cute little chaps here. Concrete seals. Very nice, don't you think? Do you want to know the real reason they're here? Well, the people were parking the cars and not taking the handbrake off, or in some cases they just carried on driving through and straight into the bay. So rather than fishing out cars from the bay, the council invested in some nice concrete seals to stop anything rolling past. Right, this is one of the streets where we came through with the parade of cars the other day, and just up here is the oldest part of town. I'll take you there. Now, these buildings, I'm not sure how old they are, but these are, if you like, the last remnants of old Vastervik. Very nice it is too. Here we go, into the older area. And up towards the church, which is one of the early sites here. Aren't these pretty? So we carry on up here towards the old church. Now, there's a story attached to this old church. Now, long after the Vikings, the Swedes and the Danish kept fighting over this bit of ground here, and it included raiding parties from Denmark. Now, you see the little red house to the right there? That's one of the last buildings that survived from that time. And what happened was the local citizens made a last stand against a raiding army from Denmark, and they fought to save this magnificent little old church. And in the process, these last few red houses here survived with the church just by being in the close proximity to it. And strangely enough, when you talk to the Swedes here about who their biggest rivals are, you know, like the British and the French and the Scottish and the English, they don't say the Danes, who kept raiding here and occupied the place for a couple of 100 years. They say the Norwegians. Still trying to get my head around that. But anyway, there's the church, and what a lovely thing it is too. Lovely piece of architecture. Apparently the seats are very close together and it's very uncomfortable. This is where my friends got married. I'll try and get you a wider shot and then move on. Now here's one of the oldest parts of Vastervik. These loft cabins, built in the 1700s, were used as warehouses. And they are quite cute as well. You can see the age on them by how the wood is warped. But absolutely gorgeous. Lovely piece of history. So there's the main station, the main line station to Vastervik. Quite an impressive little building. And if we swing the camera around, we can see the longest narrow gauge railway in all of Scandinavia. They say 70 kilometres. So I'm going to take a walk over and see if there's someone I can talk to and find out a little bit more. Right. Although this one's in for repairs, because a couple of broken windows amongst other things, these are the rail cars that run from Monday to Friday. And you've got some other interesting stock. There's some stuff from the main line as well by the looks of it. But if you look over here at the weekends, you probably can't make it out because of the shadows, but at the weekend they bring out the steam locomotives. I'll go and take a closer look at that. Look at the wooden frames, the detailing is gorgeous. Okay, I have just spoken to the driver of the steam locomotive, who is just over there. He's a little bit busy to talk to us, but it turns out this is now what they call a museum line, and the steam locomotives have only been out twice in the summer season. It's been mostly the rail cars because the land is too dry and there's the risk of fire using the steam locomotives. But they are going to be firing them up in October. So if anyone wants to come along to Vastervik and catch the train, you go to the main Vastervik station and you can catch this train. The steamers run for 26 kilometres, but the line itself with the rail cars is 74 kilometres. It used to 71 kilometres. It used to be over 100 kilometres, and it ran as recently as 1984. This is the last driver, and this is the last locomotive from the original company. They have 4 steam locomotives in total, and he just told me that the biggest problem they have is getting volunteers in the youth who are interested in working with the steam locomotives. They all want to work with the diesels, which shocks me immensely. So, to all you railway enthusiasts in the UK, here is a call out from the railway at Vastervik. They want volunteers to come out and join the Railway Society and help with the steam locomotives, because there's only 2 guys who are actually still working with the steam locomotives. Shocking. So, volunteers are wanted, okay? Get the word out and head over and have a fantastic time in this magnificent place. Here's the turntable where they bring the steam locomotives out. And as I said, there's 4 steam locomotives in total. They call them steamers. But, as I said, the youth are only interested in the rail cars, not steam locomotives. So, we're here now in a, I suppose you'd call it a campsite, tourist complex. The city of Vastervik actually owns this, maintain this as one of the district companies. So they own the company that recycles the rubbish into heat, and they own this. And you've got sauna. You've got log cabins, there's a place to pitch caravans and tents, there's several entertainment sites, restaurants, so you've got everything you need. I actually know someone who would love this. You've got a beach just here, right by the bay. Now, how's this for a nice quiet spot to bring someone in the evening? I can definitely see my friend loving this spot. For the adventurers on their holiday in Sweden, how about a zip line that goes all the way down there, over there, down, 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 past where you can rent a boat and down to the other side over there. Me personally, not a chance in hell. So, there's the caravans. How is this for a view to wake up to in the morning? That's not bad, is it? I'll put the web page for finding this resort up on the end of this video so that you can see how to contact and how to book it for yourselves, because the log cabins, the caravans, it's all there. Absolutely fantastic. I love this place.
It's taking us home.
Yeah.
Vad är det för något? Åh! Det är solchans.
Jag tror jag ser mamman där borta.
Ja, jag ser mamman också. Men de var söta.
Hon är där för att vakta den. Hon är så gullig. Ja. Och jag ska vara brödskruv. En till dig, en till dig, en till dig. Kasta så långt jag bara kunde till mamma. Och till den där.
Oppa!
Vielleicht wirfst du hier auch weiter, Mona.
Warte noch nicht.
And there's this, you just walk out across the bay to one of the famous islands. I could imagine a nice evening walk out here. Nice place for my friend to sunbathe. Jet skis. And all this walking distance from the campsite. This was rated as one of the top resorts in all of Sweden, and I can see why. I mean, you've got everything. You've got all the facilities that you'd expect on a campsite or a resort in the UK, like Centre Parks, but at the same time, look at this. Right on your doorstep, all of this. A little walk across. So whether you want to be romantic, or whether you want to ride your mountain bike, everything is here. And at the moment, they say it's mostly Germans and Swedes that come here No Brits. One day I shall have to book myself one of those log cabins. What a nice spot. Again, I have another friend who would absolutely love this spot. And there's loads of fishing for them to do. Everything is here. Nice secluded places when you want to be secluded. And plenty of restaurants and entertainment when you want to go for an evening out. I'll be back. There's a lawnmower in the background, so I apologise for that, but this is a very special moment. This is a cake called the Princess Cake. You may have seen it on the programme with Paul Hollywood, but I've been waiting 18 years to get Princess Cake. So for all the cake makers in the UK, this is a Princess Cake. It is a sponge cake at the bottom, much like a Victoria sponge, a similar sort of sponge. In the middle you've got real cream and some jam, and another layer of cream on top, which is like a dome, and the whole thing is wrapped in a delicious piece of marzipan. So, to all the cake makers in the UK, please, 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 will you start making Princess Cake? Because it's getting a bit expensive coming over to Sweden just to get hold of a slice of Princess Cake. Thank you very much.